Buju Niiwin ᓃዊᓐ Anin Kagigabo Indigenous Mekanak and Dudem Mekanak Wajwing and Dunjiba Kakabakang and Danongom. That's a traditional Ojibwe protocol greeting. I said hello all of my relatives. My name is Kagigabo. I'm Turtle Clan. I'm a descendant of Turtle Mountain and I live in Minneapolis today. And Nitum Apajigo Miigwech Bizindawi. I wanted to say thank you so much for listening to this live Ojibwe Word of the Day. I'm totally amazed and so grateful that people are taking a few moments out of their day to listen to Anishinaabe Mo'onanan, our Ojibwe language. So for that, I'm always deeply grateful for anytime you're willing to listen to Niiwin ᓃዊᓐ to our language. So I was thinking about this week's word of the day, and it struck me that I've made mention of this in several live Ojibwe words of the day already, and I thought maybe I'll go more in depth with that. And that is Niiwin ᓃዊᓐ, and that's Ojibwe for the number 4. And this is such an important cultural concept for not exclusively Anishinaabe, not exclusively Ojibwe people, but this shows up internationally across Indian country. So the number 4 is a very important number for a lot of Indigenous and American Indian people. And basically, from the Anishinaabe point of view, the power in the world moves in a circle. Its path is one great circle, and the more you notice these circles, this pattern of the number 4 shows up. And already in some of the words of the day, we've discussed this. For example, with Akiwenzi and Mindamuye, our Ojibwe words for old man, the one who comes from the earth, and Mindamuye, the being who holds it all together, the old lady. And if you look at the path of life, we've discussed already how the number 4 works here. You begin with Abenujiens, the baby in infancy. Then you move to Abenuji, which is the child. Then it could be Inini or Ikwe, the man or the woman, the full-grown adult. And then ultimately Gichi Aya'a, which is one way to say elder. That's a great being. That is someone who's been blessed with long life. Then also we have our terms Akiwenzi and Mindamuye, so old man and old woman. Another one we just discussed with this past word of the day was Zigwan, and that would be one of the 4 seasons. So we have Zigwan, spring, Niibin, summer, Dagwagan, fall, and then Baboon, winter. And so that number 4 kind of completes the entire circle. It works with the directions too, and particularly in using the asema, using the tobacco, and we acknowledge each of the 4 directions. So we have Wabanong, that's the east, Jawanong, the south, Ningabi'anong, the west, and then Kiwetanong, the north. And another place where this 4 shows up in a ceremony would be the Mododoswan, the sweat lodge. And that one incorporates all 4 of the elements. So you have a ki, and that would be the asin, the stone that's heated up. It's red hot when you bring it into the sweat. And then on it you pour nibi, water. And the asin has been heated up by ishkode, the fire. And then you pour the nibi on the red hot stones, and then you get nudin, which is our word for wind, but then you get steam. So all 4 elements are brought in there. And during each one of these ceremonies, you might see 4 of the sacred medicines being used. So that would be a sema that you would use in the tobacco, that you would use in the pipe. Bashkode jibik or mushkode washk, both of those I've heard for sage. Wiingushk, sweetgrass, and gijik, cedar. So all 4 of those medicines are used. And then it starts to show up in other places too. So you think of celestial bodies. One would be Aki, that would be the earth. Another one would be Anung, the star, the stars. And then you have Gizus, which is the sun. And you actually may hear Gizus referred to as Gimishomasanan, our grandfather, or Nimishomas, my grandfather. And then you have Dibiki Gizus. Another one I've heard is Niba Gizus, the night sun or the sleeping sun. And that could be Gokomisanan, our grandmother, the moon. So those are a few more. For plants too, we have Mitig, the tree. We have Jibik and Minan, roots and berries. Mashkozu, the grass, and then Wabigwan, a flower. And then ultimately, there are also like 4 sacred times of day. You have Waban, which is the dawn, as the sun rises. You have Nauhakwe, which is midday. You have Onagoshin, which is evening, and then Abitat Dibikad, which would be midnight. So this number 4 shows up for indigenous peoples as a pattern whenever they look at the circle of life and how life moves and how the eternal flows through us and how it moves through the universe. So, well, at this point, I'd like to say, Pajigo Miigwech Bizindaoye. Thank you all so much for listening to these live Ojibwe words of the day. I'm so grateful for you taking just a few moments out of your day to hear this. I'd like to invite you, if you know someone who's interested in Anishinaabe language, culture, history, spirituality, please feel free to share this with them. Please feel free to share it. And again, meet you wa kidoyan nongom. That's all I'll say this evening. Thank you all so much for listening. Meet you.